Hi, I'm Joe Joyner,
And I'm Susan Joyner.
and we're on the porch here again, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Flagler College traditions. Joining us today are a current student, Phaedra DeJarnette, a current student here, and also we have Mimi Robertson, who's a former Flagler graduate, and also Alicia Ramsdale, who's a former Flagler graduate. And as I said before, we're going to talk a little bit about traditions and how important they are. So, Mimi, why don't I start with you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Flagler College traditions you had when you were a student here? I understand you graduated in 1977, and what were some of the things that you did that were important to you?
Well, some of the things we did when I was a student here, we had a large field day every year at the end of spring semester. Also, the student athlete banquet, that was a big deal for student athletes, and I was a student athlete here, and now as a registrar I get to attend because one of my roles is making sure everyone is eligible as a student athlete, so that is a big thing for me.
Wonderful. Alicia, how about you? When did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated in 08.
08. So tell me a little bit about some of your traditions that you like.
Yeah, my favorite tradition overall was definitely midnight breakfast. We actually had two midnight breakfasts, one for Halloween and one for St. Patrick's Day. That is actually where I met some of my great friends that I'm still friends with today. Another favorite one of my traditions was always the formals. We had formals down in the pool over at the Leitner Museum, and so that was a really cool experience to go there.
Well, Phaedra, you're a current student, so tell me about some of the traditions you think are meaningful to you as a student now.
I think that one of the most meaningful one is, like Alicia said, midnight breakfast.
Yeah.
One of the best things about midnight breakfast is being able to get ready with my friends before all of us going together. So I think that's a good connection. And also the SJ Pups and Policies. I think that's really fun too.
Tell me about Pups and Policies.
Pups and Policies is a student government association led event where they have therapy dogs come, we have pizza or snacks, and then student government talks about the different policies that they're working on to get students who might not come to the meetings more involved on campus.
Great idea.
Dr. Joyner, what's your favorite Flagler tradition?
Oh gosh, I love traditions. I want us to have more of them, but nobody's mentioned Harry Potter Week, and that's kind of a big thing at Flagler, and I guess I like it because I get to dress up in a costume and act important, and we have this big dinner in the dining hall, and it's lots of fun. But from the other end of it, from the academic side, I really like the spike. We give out a spike during convocation, which is the first meeting of all the freshmen, and they get this old rusty spike, significant obviously of Henry Flagler and his days with the railroad. And that rusty spike, we hand it out and they give it back at the end. And then 4 years later, at commencement, as soon as they walk off the stage, they get this beautifully polished, engraved silver spike with Flagler College and the year on it. And I think that's just so meaningful of the time they spent, and it's just meaningful in a whole lot of ways. So we love traditions, and these are just a few of them, and we certainly want to have more and more, but I think it's one of the things that makes Flagler College special. I want to thank all of you for joining us on the porch. This has been a great event, and I want to thank you and thank all of you in the audience. Go Saints!